Okay, so I am thinking about making a game. Alright? Thinking about making a game. It's gonna be about evolution, and I think I'm gonna name it Armageddon. Something like that. And so, basically, it'll be like, if anyone has ever played RimWorld, in some sense, it's gonna be kind of modeled off that, but it's not, gonna be exactly like that, obviously. But anyway, it just like a game. It's almost like a factors, and percentage, chance game about they basically you have to construct these ecosystems and keep life surviving while the world changes and populations get separated and um, you know life changes the planet, or through just random events, or like the introduction of new species. Other species start to go extinct, and that changes the ecosystem. And or like a freak, uh, you know horrific freak, event, like when the dinosaurs went extinct with the Deccan traps and the asteroid, um, on two sides of the planet just at the wrong time. And the game, like, pace will be like each, you can pause it too, but each like frame of time will be in like thousands of years. And so basically, uh, there'll be mechanisms for like this like mutations, right? Mutations will happen on their own, and most of them won't change anything, or they will be bad. But you have no real choice over that. But even ones that don't affect anything or are very insignificant, you know, they will still stick around. And if more little insignificant things can, you know, sometimes it will be able to turn into something that is useful, but through chance and uh, you know, and you will be able to, like, direct mutations. And I don't exactly know how to balance some of these mechanisms I'm going to talk about. Again, this is only a brainstorm. Um, so, got ideas for this game, that would be, and you want to please share it, because, really what I'm trying to do with this channel is to, you know, not be the only one thinking about these things. And, like, because there's only so much one brain can do. We're all human. Shit is hard. And, if you like the if you like the project and you think it should go, and then that would be great if you could contribute some of your thoughts and ideas, or blah blah blah. Anyway, there's more. Okay, there will also be, it will also be like a story game at the same time. Like, there will be multiple, what would you call that? Like, types of gameplay. Where, like, there's the one that happens through a long time, and it's just like, you know, the normal state of the game, where it's just like, you know, nothing too much is happening except, you know, like you're looking after, you know, the mutations and reading things, and you know, when you pause it to see like how it's affecting this ecosystem, this spot, or blah blah blah. But there will also be like a event type you know, game, like play thing, that will be on like a different kind of, you know, like when something happens, and you know, it's like it could possibly, like when something new happens, maybe like a species finds themselves in a different ecosystem, and it it sort of like it finds itself in an ecosystem, right, that it has never been in before, and like maybe like if it's special or a unique interaction in some way, that could have, you know, pretty big consequences, and you know, and maybe not all of them can be like like semi controllable, but you'll be able to like maybe put weight on a percentage of an animal's reaction, maybe, or like, you know, if it's like a chemical malfunction, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to think about that more. But you know, basically, it'll be some kind of event that happens in the course of someone's, or like a life, happens, you know, in a lifetime of a creature that is significant in some way. Maybe like you can like control the situation in some way, maybe. Yeah, I'll have to think more about that, because I can't. There's a lot of things I'm, you know, struggling to put into words, which is the worst part, because god damn it, I can understand my thoughts, but words are freaking hard. What else? Yeah, and there will be a third one where it will be like the story telling, where this will happen, you know, when something like a big event has changed, probably, and it'll happen pretty recent, you know, pretty frequently, especially after these like situations, and that'll just kind of be like almost like if you've ever played a game that's like almost like a car, like choose your own adventure, like card receiving game, where like you get the story, and then you get a few different options that you can pick, and they'll all the different options will have different likelihoods, based on the other different factors that are attributing to that you're not in control of. And I think it would probably be like almost random at which ones you can control, probably like the actions of an individual. And even then, it might not, because of chance, it might not, and, everything will be rolled on for every, frame. It's just, how things are and affect and make different combinations of effects in this ecosystem will build up, or and like even like the freak really extreme like and unlikely scenarios, like an asteroid hitting or blah blah blah, that will be rolled on every single time, but it'll be at such a low percentage that it will take a good damn long time for something like that to happen. Yeah. And I when I think about, like, I think it like in obviously in our lifetime AI is going to get a lot better, and I think we might be able to maybe include AI in the game to like make certain cutscenes that and like bring out the story of what happens in a more appealing way than just to make it more movie-like, cutscene like. But obviously with some combinations of factors that can't exactly be like predicted, because you can't predict every possible combination of events and creatures in a game like that. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention that you'll also be able to decide on the ones that you have control of, the location of the mutation. And what else? Okay, we will also have another screen, like a genetic lineages screen. Okay, and this will kind of like very closely coincide with the norm screen, I guess, or maybe it might evolve into the same screen. I don't know. But basically, it will be like the organism history, because and that will affect their genetic structure, and that genetic structure, will be different, obviously, from even other species in the same population, and same species and same population, and there will be more like chance statistics on that menu too, but also like there's a lot of genes even in our bodies that aren't active. So like there's many archaic genes that are in are you know that are just like they can be some of them can be activated and are kind of random, and other ones are old and dysfunctional, or and some of them like but the are just some of them are just not read or turned off. But the point is, they will also change, and that will change the kinds of things that can mutate, and you'll have some of that history to pull from, even though that the species itself doesn't have those, or doesn't those specific traits aren't what's the word turned on, or there's a better word for that. Aren't pronounced. Yeah, that's good. There are, those traits aren't pronounced. They'll, still be able to be affected and changed, or, read occasionally, and blah, blah, blah. And, yeah. Fuck. I need to know someone who can code. Because, I'll be honest, I'm unwilling to code myself. I mean, maybe. Yeesh. Yeah, probably not. I don't know. Yeah. If I actually, realized this project, I could probably get someone hired, but I'd have to have, the body plan of how it will work figured out first, so we can worry about that later. I think the main reason I think this is a really good project and something I want to take, I want to do is, well, one, I think that would be fun as fuck and so interesting as part of story, and it give people a much more educated, but also appreciated and interested and cool, and impression about evolution in life, and fuck, I can't, the right word, you'll appreciate what life has been through, and what life is, and but and also it will, my biggest thing is, if it inspires curiosity, I want to make it, because curiosity is beautiful, and this universe is beautiful, and people don't understand that, because the school system doesn't understand that either, or at least it doesn't work in a way that shows that to people. And I think, if we use our, the learning tools that our brain evolved, which put us in this position in the first place to be, learning about this stuff, and that's curiosity, that's intrigue, that's storytelling and play. Play is just, your natural tool for learning. Many animals play, and you know, that's one of the many reasons why, like, conflict, or like, hunting, or in predators, and it also builds bonds, but there's other evolutionary reasons for that too, and the other things I said, but those are our learning tools. And there's some I might not, that may have temporarily slipped my mind, but because again, I can't hold everything in my head at once, unfortunately. Humans, meat, blah. But also another thing that I really want to implement in this game is the story will it's at the same time it's building a story, right? And obviously people are gonna forget things, right? And you know uh and it's not like you wanna and yeah, but basically events and like story stuff, and like a description of what happened, or like it'll save like the story events and how they ended up, and so at the end of the game you can like uh like have like a story written for you to share to people, like what happened, and to like read through it yourself or something. And you can do that in the game too, if you like closed if you closed out of something and didn't read it fully, or blah blah blah, or you want to check on what happened for whatever reason, or talk about it. That's mainly why, so you can talk about it with others.